How are you feeling? You know, trying to hang in there. Game yesterday?
Yeah, it was crazy. I can't believe the Lakers pulled it off.
Yeah, it's extremely hot.
Yeah, if we can get started soon, I'm out of here. Let's give them a minute.
Talk. I hear so much talking about. Well, I guess they're entitled. Everybody gets a fair trial. That's the same. I suppose you can't say it to me, Vincent.
How do you like that business about the night?
Well, you gotta expect something like this. You know what you're dealing with.
Well, I suppose. What's the matter? You got a cold?
Yeah, these holiday colds can kill a man.
All right, gentlemen, we can please take our seats to get started.
Right. This better be fast. I've got tickets to the Knicks game tonight. They better kill it. All right, Your Honor, start the show.
How about you over there? The gentleman, can you please take your seat?
Oh, sorry. It's tough to figure, isn't it? A kid kills his father, bang, just like that. Well, it's the element. They let kids run wild.
I'm not going to set any rules here. If you guys want to discuss the case first and then vote, that's one way. Or we can vote now and see where everyone stands.
Let's vote now. Who knows? Maybe we can all go home.
Yeah, see who's where.
Right, let's go now.
Anybody doesn't want to vote? Okay. All those voting guilty, please raise your hands. 9, 10. Okay, not guilty. 1. Right. Okay. Vote is 11 to 1 in favor of guilty. Now we know where we are.
Seriously? You think he's not guilty?
Oh, no.
I never seen a guiltier man in my life. You sat right in that courtroom and heard the same thing that I did. Man's a dangerous killer, you can see it.
Dangerous killer. You can see it through the innocence of his 19-year-old face now, can't you?
That's old enough. He knifed his own father 4 inches into the chest. An innocent little 19-year-old kid. They proved it a dozen ways. Do you want me to list them?
No, I don't. Well, do you believe the kid's story? Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Then I want you to vote not guilty for.
You see, it's not easy for me to vote guilty like the rest of you. You see, like, how are we going to send this boy off to die without even talking about it first, you know?
Who says it's easy for me?
No one did that.
What? Just because I voted fast? I think that guy's guilty. Even if you talked to him for 100 years, you could have changed my mind.
I don't want to change your mind. Matter of fact, I don't want to change any of your minds. Listen, I just want to talk about, you know, this boy, right? He's been kicked around his whole life, living in the slums. His mother's dead since he was 9. You know, that's not a very good head start. He's a tough, angry boy, you know? You know why slum kids get this way? Because we knock them down the head once a day, every day. I think we just owe him a few words, that's all. I don't mind telling you this, mister, but we don't owe this man a thing. He got a fair trial, didn't he? You know what that trial cost. He's lucky you got it. Look, we're all adults here. You're not going to sit here and tell us to believe these kids' stories, knowing what he is. I've lived among them all my life. You can't believe a word they say. You know that, but I don't know that. What a terrible thing for a man to believe. Since when is dishonesty a good characteristic? You have no monopoly on the truth.
All right, it's not Sunday. Let's not have to burn church.
What this man says is very dangerous.
Okay, I think there's no need for arguing like this. I think we all behave like gentlemen.
Right.
If we're going to discuss this case, please, let's discuss the facts.
He's right. We got a job to do. Let's do it.
I may have an idea here. I'm just thinking out loud now, but it seems that's up to us to convince this gentleman here that we're right and he's wrong. If we shoot a minute or two, you know, we're around the table, sort of trying off the side.
Sounds fair enough. Does everyone agree?
Good.
Yep. Guess you're first.
Oh, well, I just think he's guilty. I mean, it was obvious. Nobody proved otherwise.
Excuse me, sir. No one actually has to prove otherwise. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. The defendant doesn't even have to open his mouth. That's in the Fifth Amendment. You've heard of it, obviously.
Well, sure, I've heard of it. What I meant was... Anyway, I just think he's guilty.
Let's get to the facts. Number 1, let's take the old man. He lived on the 2nd floor right underneath the room where the murder took place.
At 10 minutes after 12. He said he heard loud noises coming from the upstairs apartment. He said it sounded like a fight. Then he heard the kid say to his father, "I'm gonna kill you." A second later, he heard the father's body falling. Ran to his door, looked out, and saw the kid running down the stairs and out of the house. He called the police. They found the man. They found the father with a knife in his chest.
And the coroner fixed the case of death at around midnight.
Right. Now what else do you want?
You see, the boy's entire story seems flimsy. He claims he was at the movie theaters. That's a little ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, he couldn't even remember what movie he saw. Nobody saw him go in or out of the movie theaters.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Look, what about the woman across the street? If her testimony don't prove it, then nothing does.
That's right. She saw the killing, didn't she?
Let's go in order. Just a minute! Here's a woman who's lying in bed and can't sleep. It's hot, you know? Anyways, she looks out the window and right across the street she sees the kid stick the knife into his father. She's known the kid all his life. His window is right opposite hers. Across the L tracks. She swore she saw him do it. Wait, through the windows of a passing train. Okay, and they proved it in court that you can see through the windows of a passing L train at night and see what's happening on the other side. They proved it. Okay. Now let me ask you this. How come you believe her? She's one of the two, isn't she? Okay. You're a pretty smart fellow, aren't you? I got it in my mind to stick a bullet right down your skull. Take it easy, gentlemen.
Come on now. Why let it get all upset for?
All right. The bickering. Five, sir.
I think I'll pass.
It's a privilege. How about you?
Well, I don't know. Most of it's been settled. We could talk about this all night, but I think we're wasting our time. Let's look at the kid's track record. At 15, he was in reform school. He got picked up for knife fighting. He stole a car. He got arrested for mugging. I think they said he stabbed somebody in the arm. This is a very fine boy indeed.
Well, look, this boy you speak of, you know, he went through a lot. You know, his dad used to beat him up on a regular basis.
So would I, a kid like that? You're right. It's the kids. The way they are, you know. They don't listen. I've got a kid. He was 8 years old. He ran away from a fight. I saw him. I was so ashamed I told him right out, "I'm going to make a man out of you. I'll bust you up into little pieces try." He was 15. He hit me in the face. He's big, you know. I haven't seen him in 3 years. Rotten kid. He worked your heart out. All right, let's get on.
We're missing the point here. This boy, let's say he's the product of a filthy neighborhood and a broken home. We can't help that. We're not here to go into reasons why the slums are breeding grounds for criminals. They are. I know it, and so do all of you. The children that come out of these slum backgrounds are potential menaces to society.
You said it there. I don't want to deal with those savages.
Excuse me? I've lived in a slum all my life.
Wait.
I used to play in backyards filled with garbage. Maybe you can still smell it on me.
No, that's pretty reasonable. That's not
Don't be personal.
Come on now, fellas. I didn't mean you. Let's not be so sensitive.
I can understand the sensitivity. Is there anything else? All right, how about you? I had a peculiar feeling about this trial. Somehow I thought that the defense counsel never conducted a thorough cross-examination, you know. I know he was, you know, the defendant was appointed by the court, but they hardly seemed interested. Too many questions were left unasked.
What about the ones that were asked? For instance, let's talk about that cute little switch knife, you know? The one that fine, upright kid admitted buying.
All right, let's talk about it. I'd like to see it again. Mr. Foreman, can you bring it in here for us, please?
We all know what it looks like, but we have to look at it again. What do you think?
The man has a right to see exhibits and evidence.
Okay with me.
Now, this switchblade knife is a very strong piece of evidence, don't you agree? The boy admits going out at 8 o'clock after being slapped by his father. He said he got into this conflict. The father slapped him in the face and...
Excuse me. I believe he was punched by his father.
Or punched. He was punched in the face, and he left his home. He went to the corner store, and the storekeeper was arrested the following evening after admitting selling it to the boy. It's a very strange knife. He'd never seen one like it before in his life. He said it was the only one he had in stock. Now, why did the boy get this knife? As a present for his friend, he says. Am I right so far?
I believe so.
You bet he's right. Now listen to this man. He knows what he's talking about.
Now, next, the boy claims that the knife must have fallen through a hole he had in his coat pocket, that he never saw it again. And now there's a story, gentlemen. We all know what happened. The boy took the knife and a few hours later stabbed his father with it, 4 inches into the chest. Now, everyone in this case identified this knife. Now, are you trying to tell me that somebody picked it up off the street, went to the boy's home, and stabbed his father with it, just to be amusing?
No. Listen, the only thing I'm saying is, the boy probably did, lose his knife, and that someone else stabbed his father with a similar knife. It's quite possible.
Take a look at that. It's a very unusual knife. I've never seen one like it before in my life, and neither had the storekeeper who sold it to him. Now, aren't you trying to make us believe a very incredible coincidence?
I'm not trying to make anyone believe anything, actually. The only thing I'm saying is that it's possible, It's possible. There's a possibility.
And I'm saying it's not possible. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, what is this? Who do you think you are?
It's the same knife. Quiet. Be quiet.
Where did you get it?
This one-of-a-kind knife, you say? From a little junk shop around the corner of the boys' apartment. It only cost you $2.
Now look, buddy. You pulled a real smart trick here, but you proved absolutely zero. Maybe there are 10 knives like that, so what?
Maybe there are.
The boy lied and you know it.
He may have lied. Do you think he lied? It's a stupid question. Sure he lied! Do you think he lied?
You don't have to ask me that. You know my answer. He lied.
You honestly believe that this boy lied?
I'm not sure.
Wait a second! What are you, the guy's lawyer? There's still 11 of us here who think that this guy is guilty. What are you trying to accomplish? You're alone. If you want to be so stubborn and hang this jury, he'll be tried again and found guilty sure as he's born.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
So what are we supposed to do? We could be here all night.
It's only one night. A man may die.
Well, whose fault is that? You think if you went over it again, right?
Did anyone force him to kill his father? How do you like it? Like somebody forced him?
Perhaps this is lucky point. No one forced anyone to listen. Look, we can sit all night here.
Well, I was going to say,
Just a minute. Some of us have got better things to do than hang out in this jury room.
Please, can we not all speak at once? I can't understand a word in here. I think this gentleman was about to speak.
Mr. Foreman, you got a preposition to make. I want to call for a vote. I want 11 men to go by a secret ballot. I'll abstain, of course. If there's still 11 votes for guilty, I won't stand alone. I want to hear a guilty verdict right here, right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds fair enough. Anybody doesn't want to do it?